In chamber orders by Judge Fernando Rocha, the court continues defendant Zaire Mitchell's defendant sentencing and the hearing on defendant's motion for specific performance of the plea agreement, motion docket number 39 to June 26, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. The government's response to the motion shall be due by April 24th, 2026. Defendant's reply shall be due by May 8, 2026. There is no PDF document associated with this entry. Text-only entry. Shout out Eddie Boy, because he the one who exposed the feds and flipped the switch and trying to give Zaire Mitchell, aka Bricc baby, 10 years. Let's dig into it. Defendant's supplemental brief in support of motion for specific performance of plea agreement. United States of America versus Zaire Mitchell. Zaire Mitchell incorporates by reference his motion for specific performance filed March 25, 2026, breach motion, which establishes that the government breached the plea agreement by 1, invoking the carve-out provision in paragraph 12 based on the CPC.
So the federales didn't pull the fast one on Bricc baby, right? You know they tactics, bro. You gotta be ready.
422A conviction it already knew about, and 2, recommending a multi-count upward adjustment contrary to its own pre-plea representations. This supplemental brief addresses the following issue, even if grouping applied, which the defense does not concede. The government's substitution of BOL 20 for the agreed BOL 14 on the spent shell cases count is the sole arithmetic cause of the 2-level increase that drove the total offense level after an adjustment for acceptance of responsibility from 19 to 23, and represents a veritable windfall for the government in its ability to recommend nearly double the guideline range contemplated by the plea agreement. The substitution is independently a breach, and again, it is one the carve-out cannot excuse. It's Wednesday. You already know, man. Free cash is setting age. Hey, bro, all you got to do, hit that QR code or tap that link in the description. Get paid to play today. Yeah.
Now bear with us, bro. Seems like it's gonna be a bunch of legal jargon. You know what I mean? And that's probably how they put the fast one on Bricc in the first place, bro. All this technical mumbo jumbo.
That's all you got to do, man. Just hit that QR code or tap that link in the description. Number 2 in the Apple Store, number 3 in the Google Play. And y'all know what we do. We keep it real with you. Read the reviews before you even download it. Once you download, we're going to put $5 in your account. You're going to get paid to play games. So watch this video, play some games and get paid. This is going to be your second stream income. Earn up to $500 a month. I got y'all. Free cash, setting edge. No better name in the game. Let's get on to content. So your BOL is your base offense level, meaning how much time they start with before they determine how much time you're going to get. That's the point system in which everybody been screaming and screaming and screaming about. They say 14, and then they switched it. So the carve-out provision is essentially what they're doing, aka the switcheroo. So how it's coming off right now is Bricc baby's lawyers are screaming, hey, bro, we agreed to this right there. They snuck this shit in. So they can't do that. And it's going to get revealed in this paperwork. I read a little bit ahead that the feds played hella dirty on this one. So the belief right now is that Bricc baby ain't know what he did. He just decided to take the feds at their word and then read all this shit and everything like that. And that's essentially what happened. But
take the feds at their word. I heard that, bro.
Let's keep on listening to find out. If you like the content and what we do, man, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe already. You can win one of these for free. All you gotta do is comment every video, like every video, and share every video. But let's get into it. Roll it. 2. Argument. The BOL 14 substitution is the sole cause of the inflated range. Paragraph 12 of the plea agreement set 3 adjusted subtotals for 3 sentencing factors, not separate charges of conviction. Spent shell cases at BOL 14 plus 4 equals 18. Search of residence at BOL 20 plus 2 equals 22. And FEMA application at BOL 14 plus 2 equals 9. Under those agreed figures and proper application of USSG 3D 1.4, the search of residence level 22 is the highest group. The spent shell cases level 18 is the 4 levels lower. The FEMA count, level 9, is more than 9 levels below the highest group and is disregarded. 2 units yield a +2 enhancement to the highest group offense level for a combined adjusted level of 24, -3 for acceptance of responsibility. Total offense level of 21. Guidelines range 77 to 96 months in CHCV, well, that's not V, that's 6, or 70 to 87 months is CHC 5. In its report, probation departed from the agreed spent shell cases BOL at PSR 40 through 41 by substituting 2K21A4A, the prior crime of violence substitution, for elevating that amount. That counts BOL from 14 to 20, and its adjusted subtotal from 18 to 24, based on that fact that Mr. Mitchell had been convicted of criminal threats in violation of CPC 422A in 2015. Essentially, probation reasoned Mr. Mitchell had sustained a crime of violence in 2015 prior to the admitted conduct involving his spent shell casings in 2022. And so his base offense level for his pseudo count should be at a 20 instead of a 14, a 6-level increase.
Imagine the motherfucker who had to type this up, bro. Come on, bro. This a whole lot of shit in the transcript.
Not contemplated by the parties, nor agreed to by Mr. Mitchell. Unfortunately, the government adopted that substitution wholesale, thereby breaching its promises in the plea agreement. With that single change, the spent shell cases count BOL 20 for the prior crime of violence plus 4 in a connection with another felony. Now level 24 becomes the highest group of the search residents. Level 22 is 2 levels lower. The FEMA count now level 12 per PSR 53 is 12 levels below and is disregarded. The same 2 units now yield a +2 enhancement applied to the higher base of 24, producing a combined adjusted level of 26, -3 for acceptance. Total offense level 23. Guidelines range 92 to 115 months in CHC 6. The entire gap between a 77-month floor and a 92-month floor traces to one change, BOL 14 becoming BOL 20, and the government's breach. Basically, they're going through everything and saying, okay, these apply perfectly fine. These apply perfectly fine. But bruh, we're starting at 14. The government flipped and said 20. So with our 14, that's perfectly fine. And some of y'all probably still confused. It's basically saying this. Say we playing basketball. And the goal is for us to get to a certain amount. But you know what? I'm not really that good. You're not really that good. We both not in shape. I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, bro, you better than me at basketball. So why don't you spot me some points? So we playing and we playing and we playing. And then boom, I hit the last shot. I go, game. You say, Nash, bro, I only spotted you 14 points. You still need to score 6 more points. I say, nah, bro, hold on. You spotted me 20 points. Now we arguing. Now we need a referee. That's the judge. That's essentially what they're going on and saying, bro, the government snuck some shit in there that we didn't even agree to. Essentially this, the government, y'all a bunch of lying ass people. Let's see how this continues to play out. It gets good. I know some of y'all like, damn.
Yeah. Now, this some strange shit, right? Because what if they try to make Bricc Baby do some shit too, to get the lesser time? Like, yeah, bro, we did agree to that, but you gonna have to do something else for us. Like, what, nigga?
This is that shit we on. Hood lawyer, hit that like button if you can. The carve-out does not apply to a calculation the government made with full knowledge of the 422A conviction. As argued in the breach motion, the carve-out in paragraph 12 is triggered only by additional prior convictions for a crime of violence, meaning convictions not known at the time of contracting. The CPC 422A conviction is not additional in any such sense. In brief, this brief adds 1 point specific to the spent shell cases, BOL. The carve-out cannot apply to a calculation the government made with 422A conviction in hand because, and then we'll keep on going. I was going to read the notes at the bottom, but it don't really say shit. So it does, but it's nothing that matters for us. The government selection of 2K2 A6A BOL 14 over 2K2 was a deliberate drafting choice, not an oversight. Meaning y'all lied, not some shit y'all just, we forgot to take out. This is similar to what happened to Moontoon. Paragraph 12 reflects both subsections in the same document For the search of residence, the government cited 2K2 and assigned BOL of 20 for the spit shell cases drafted by the same attorneys at the same time with the same criminal history record. The government cited 2K2 and assigned BOL 14. So y'all started with 14.
But that's why they call it making a deal with the devil, bro. You see how they play? They was supposed to take that shit out. They left it in there on purpose. Now imagine your legal team trying to argue with them to honor the deal that they was initially supposed to do, bro. Shit crazy.
And the 422A conviction appeared on the face of the indictment at P2, paragraph 4, lines 18 through 20, citing the 422 conviction in 2016 as a felony, making Mr. Mitchell a prohibited person from possessing firearms or ammunition. The same indictment then goes on to describe the conduct surrounding the spent shell casings as occurring in 2022 with the per se crime of violence of the 422A. Per the government's own sentencing memorandum, clearly predating the 2022 conduct, the government then adopted the same timeline and incorporated the very same crime of violence conviction in the plea agreement at page 10 as one of the 5 predicate felonies, making Mr. Mitchell a prohibited person. The government knew what subsection would apply and chose the lower one, and extending an offer to Mr. Mitchell. Having made that choice, it cannot now invoke a provision designed for newly discovered information to undo a number it calculated with full awareness of the relevant conviction it had since the very inception of the case. Then it goes on to say guidelines calculations. The table below shows the impact, and we all know how to do math. 14 plus 4 equals 18. 20 plus 4 equals 24. So it's going to be 18 to 24. Search of residence, 20 plus 2 equals 22. 20 plus 2 equals 22. So 22 to 22. Then he goes on to talk about the FEMA application. It's just doing all of the work that the feds should have done. So for the reasons set forth here and in the breach motion, the government is bound to BOL 14 on the spent shell casings count under the plea agreements agreed calculations, even assuming grouping applies, which Mr. Mitchell does not concede and does not believe he agreed to. The total offense level is 21, and the guidelines range is 77 to 96 months in CHC 6 and 70 to 87 months in CHC 5. Mr. Mitchell, therefore, respectfully requires that the court hold the government to the terms it agreed to. He demands specific performance of the government's promises and requests that this court refer this matter to a different district court judge for sentencing given the government's breach. Ooh.
Man, bro. Shout out City Nash, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Bricc Baby's lawyers, bro. Shout out his legal team, because they doing their due diligence, right? Which the federal government should have did in the first place instead of trying to pull a fast one on a nigga. God damn, bro. You up again. You know, it's really like how they whole little shit is ran in the first place. You really guilty until proven innocent, right? But you supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. Why the fuck a motherfucker in jail then, bro?
Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Ay, I need that cheese like a grater, ho. Don't play me like no cent, cause I never capped the saver, ho. Yeah, but you can fucking be my waiter, ho. Long as you get paper, ho, cause shit, that's what the paper's for. Y'all niggas chasing dough, but what we racing for? But we ain't racing, we